Peter Brower here, touching base with you with your May update. Lots to talk about, and I want to talk about two things that are key indicators on our market. First, I want to look at how prices have performed in HRM this year so far. Now, when we look at our first graph, you see that we started the year at an average purchase price in HRM for about $469,000. When we look at it right now, your average price for that same home is $506,000. That's an increase of 7.7%. Now, during that time, we've seen two Bank of Canada interest rate increases. And if you can see that it really hasn't had a major effect on price appreciation in the market, you actually see one blip right about halfway down that graph where the 0.5 increase by the Bank of Canada took effect. We saw the curve flatten slightly, but just a couple of weeks later, it went back on its upward curve. And that's because we have a supply issue. So looking at the second graph, let's look at the number of homes on the market right now. We had 188 on January 1st. We have 418 right now. That means that it continues to be a very strong seller's market. We don't have a balanced market until we have about 2,000 houses on the market. So how do we solve the supply problem? Because that continues to be our key. That means that more supply has to come into the market, and that is really, to be fair, a government issue where they have to make it easier for developers to develop, increase density, change zoning, quite frankly, create an atmosphere to build lots of units. It's a Canada-wide problem, and both the federal and the provincial governments are struggling with how to make that happen. Until that problem gets solved, where we have tight inventory in the market, it's going to continue to have upward pressures on market pricing. We're going to continue to see interest rates increase to try to level and balance that off by higher interest rates to flatten the curve. The reality is this: we're going to continue to see interest rates go up. We're going to continue to see a market that's going to be in flux, because with these changes, with the governments not knowing exactly what to do to increase supply, we have a very difficult road to navigate for the next 18 months. So if you're thinking of buying or selling, have a good conversation with your realtor so you can plan to create the best choice for you. If you don't have a realtor, reach out to me. I'd love to have a conversation with you to help you guide you through your journey ahead. I want to create the best experience for my client in Canada, quite frankly.